We tried to tell you about the housing and rent crisis.
Yo, we gotta talk about the rent crisis right now. So my fiance and I, we moved back to Washington from Colorado.
Hold on, let's talk about how young this man looks, man. No facial hair. He's probably in his young 20s. I mean, I'm also in my young 20s, but he looks like 18, 19, 20, and he already has a fiance. Damn.
We both have jobs here, but we're temporarily living in her parents' place, okay? So we would like to move out at some point, right? Now, we live in Auburn, Washington right now, which is like 40 to 45 minutes south of Seattle. And even with that distance, in this area, rental units for one bedroom apartments, a single bedroom, are going for anywhere from, the cheapest I found was like 1,700, which is okay. But
That's not okay. 1,700 for a one bedroom apartment. That's fucking crazy. That used to be people's mortgage back in the not even 1950. That used to be people's mortgages back 10 years ago. You would pay $17 to $1,900 a month for a 4-bedroom house. Now you're only getting that for a 1-bedroom apartment, no appliances included.
decent to moderately decent place in terms of facility. If it was built in the 21st century, for instance, anything decent amenity wise, you're looking at like $2,300 for a
crazy.
1-bedroom fucking apartment, dude.
That's crazy. That's
and this is
up.
why I get infuriated. It's like, it's one thing to have to live through this kind of shit, but it's another thing to hear from people over and over again, like, oh, well, maybe if you just buy a house like I did, like, I'm literally gonna clock someone in the fucking face.
Yo,
like,
for
you
real.
don't walk.
Hold on. But before we even close, like, for real, it's mainly the older generation that says dumb shit like that. Well, why don't you just buy a house? First of all, there's no houses that are being sold at a reasonable price. Houses back then where you were buying a house were like what, $50,000 to $100,000, and most of the time you could pay cash on hand for that and just pay the property tax. Now houses on average are about $400,000 to $500,000 on the minimum level. On the minimum level, you're looking at $500,000 on the minimum for getting a house. Nobody has $500,000 just sitting in their bank account, and you have to put 20% down payment of that. So again, my math is not too good, and I've never been a mathematician, but let's do the math here real quick. What is 20% of, say, 500,000? All right, let's do that. You have to put 20% down payment. That's 100 grand. Let me see. 500,000 times 20%. Yeah, 100 grand. That's what it says. Calculator says here. I don't think that's realistic. Let's maybe say like 50,000, because that sounds a little bit off. So say you got to put like $50,000 down payment on a house. That's still a lot of fucking money. And the jobs that they're paying you are literally pennies on the dollar, not to mention the cost of living, to go and get groceries, to go out and have fun, accessories like a haircut, to keep your nails done for ladies and stuff like that, entertainment. Everything has just skyrocketed. Car payment, car insurance, gas, everything has just skyrocketed. So the cost of living has also skyrocketed, but the amount your labor stays the same. That doesn't make any sense. And you expect people to just live off one job. Nowadays, you need 2 jobs, a side hustle, and a little bit of illegal activity just to barely scrape by in today's society. That's how fucked up the economics times have gotten. That's how fucked up and miserable and bad money has gotten over the last 10 years. And most of that you could blame is the people in charge in Washington.
Up to someone that's suffering, facing the brunt of like a horrible existence that has been left for our generation and younger generations to come. You don't walk up to someone
I definitely feel bad for the younger generation, because this is only going to get worse. So it's not getting better.
like that and just say, well, you know what I did was this. And it's like something that's completely unattainable. Like, you can't do it anymore. So why the fuck are you suggesting it? Like, I'm glad, like, nice flex. I'm glad that you were able to buy, a house for Cracker Jacks, 2 coupons, and $2,000, but this is not 1950 anymore. I don't know what to tell you. Shit, fuck 1950. Even 10 years ago, the average the median home cost in America was $160,000. It is now $400,000. and they want you to make like 3 times the income. We might scratch that.
Which again is unrealistic. As I mentioned before, the wages have stayed the same, yet prices of everything else has skyrocketed beyond imagination.
Might be able to get through to like a $2,300 place with 3 times the income. But the thing is like after taxes, we're going to be spending like 30 to 40, 45% of our income on,
yeah, not to mention taxes will definitely fuck you in the ass.
Just cost of living in a place.
It's
literally
crazy.
The cost of going home to some place that has shelter and comfortability so that I can get up and work the next day.
Yeah.
Like, we have allowed this to get so out of hand. Housing should not be this expensive. And then I look and I see, oh, a $1,500 place. That's not so bad. I look at it and it's like Section 8 low-income housing.
Jesus,
and that's
damn.
great that those are available options. Don't get me wrong. But we wouldn't qualify.
But not for $1,500. That's still outrageous. Say somebody's working an average minimum wage job. Minimum wage is like what, $15 an hour. So again, I'm gonna do the math. $15 an hour times 40. Okay, they get $600 gross pay. You take away maybe just $100 of taxes that they're gonna take out. Obviously, taxes vary depending on the state that you live in. So let's take out $100. You're left with $500. So your 1 week's pay is not even enough to cover rent in a Section 8 housing. That is fucking ridiculous. You're gonna have to at least have 2 to 3 weeks of your paycheck just to cover that $1,500 a month rent. Not to mention, you gotta buy other stuff like food, like gas in your car to get to work and back home, and other accessories to stay alive. People cannot live off one job anymore. They've made it virtually impossible to do that.
For that, but I feel like that's not low-income housing. That's what
fucked up
rent
housing.
should be. In
Yeah.
fact, it should probably be even cheaper than that.
It should be at least like $500 if we're talking about Section 8 housing, to be honest.
There is no reason that people sharing a 1-bedroom apartment should each be paying over $1,000 for their share.
Facts.
And this is not just cities, it's everywhere right now.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse, man. Tragic Johnson 8, kind of a unique nickname, but funny nickname. But yeah, everything that man said in that video was 100% true. Like, the rent crisis, the housing crisis has just become unbelievable in 2023, and it's only getting worse. And I mentioned this in the previous video before. You look at stuff that's being bought. A lot of these retail companies, those real estate companies, they're buying land, cutting down these trees, which is also fucking our ecosystem up. And what are they building? Multi-family homes, complexes, apartments, stuff like that, townhouses. There's no longer single family homes that are being built on properties. It's multi-family homes because people just simply cannot afford these prices. And if you do have enough to put a down payment, 15-20% down payment on a house, you're looking at the closing fees are going to kill you. Now that you got to take out a 30-year loan, and when you do take out a 30-year loan, you don't own the house. The bank does. So you got to pay the bank back plus interest depending on how good your credit score and your debt to income ratio. So it's like people, they have made buying a house virtually impossible. It is no longer the American dream to own a home in the United States. It is becoming a death. That's a death warrant. If you own a home in the United States and you have a 30-year loan, that is death for you. That is unbelievable because it's just so fucking expensive. And rent is literally worse. Like, you're paying somebody else for 4 walls, basically, the prices of a lot of people's mortgages for just 1 bedroom. That is a complete ripoff. And again, unless somebody comes in with common sense and starts changing how the economics is and gets it out this inflation and gets out this debt that we're in, it's only going to get worse. Obviously, the people that we voted at the White House and at Washington aren't doing shit about it. They're the ones who are making more money during this inflation time. They're the ones who doubled their net worth during the pandemic. And who's got left high and dry? Us, the middle class, the hardworking citizens, the people who constantly go out and consume these goods, the 9-to-5 workers, the 40 hours a week workers. We're getting fucked beyond repair by this. So definitely what this guy said was 100% facts. We got to find something to do, because it is getting to a point now. This is becoming unsustainable to survive. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, share this with your friends and family, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.